This is the Jackery solar generator 1000 version 2. Don't let its small size fool you though. This super portable power station packs over 1000 watt hours of LFP storage and a 1500 watt inverter that surges to 3000 watts. Today's video is sponsored by Jackery, and we're thankful for their continued support that allows us to keep making off-grid desert homestead videos for you to watch. Plus, we get to nerd out and play around with products that we genuinely enjoy using. So, like I said, this is the 1000 version 2 solar generator. It's only 24 pounds, has a wonderful handle. You can just carry it around wherever you want. It's completely self-contained. Once it's charged, you just plug whatever you want into the standard AC plugs or USB ports, and you're good to go. This thing is tiny. It's crazy to think that there's this much storage and power inside this tiny little box. We don't camp as much as we used to, but if we did, this would make a perfect weekend companion. Let's see what it can do. Our first test of the 1000 version 2. Guys, we make a lot of videos. I don't know if you knew that, but we do. And we have a lot of gear that we have to keep charged up when we make those videos. So I'm gonna plug in like all the stuff I can, all the batteries for all the cameras, and we're just gonna see how it can do it. And we have a lot of ports here, which is gonna make it easy. So let's just start plugging stuff in. We'll do a high power USB-C, which is 100 watts, and we will charge our drone batteries. So this will charge these guys. Looks like they're already full, so it's not using a ton because oh no, that one's charging. Okay, so that one's going. I just shot some drone stuff this morning, so that's why that's charging back up. These are our GoPro batteries. They use USB-C, but they only use it from a USB-A port because it's a low wattage thing. So I'm going to plug in the low, and we're going to plug this in here. So see, we're charging there using 11 whole watts at the moment. This is our battery backup bank that we use sometimes when we're outside a long time and we need a little extra boost for our batteries and our phones. So I can put that here. That's charging. And now we're up to a whole 29 watts. I'm gonna do this. What else can we do? Wireless mics. Sometimes we use these, sometimes we don't. Now I am out of USB-C ports, but we have regular plugs with lots of cables. So I'm gonna plug this in here and we'll do, yep, so that's charging. We're still at 29 watts. This thing will last 20 hours of doing this so far. And let's put this here. And what else do we got? We have a phone, obviously. We have several phones. We'll just plug one up for now. This is also high power USB-C because we need these things to charge fast. So there you go, 40 watts. For fun, I'm gonna plug in my wireless keyboard because I need to charge it. So this is a lightning cable, USB-C to lightning. So we'll add that here. This is ridiculous. So if you had one of these like in your car and you were going on a photo shoot, this would be great because you could basically recharge everything in this a couple of times, no problem, because it's got 1000 watt hours inside it. And it has a ton of plugs on it, so you should be able to just plug everything in. Okay, let's take it up to the Airstream. So we're in the middle of our roundhouse rumble, which means we have people here for breakfast most days. We don't have time to make fancy coffee every day, but we do have a little kettle where we can heat up water so people can do some instant coffee, get a little caffeine to start their day. So I'm gonna make some coffee because I need some coffee. It's really hot. I don't want to burn my tongue. Another way we use these small Jackeries is when we have to get bulk food from Tucson. We gotta go all the way into town. It's like a 3-hour round trip, and we have this cooler, which is great. It keeps the food nice and cold for those long trips when it's like over 100 degrees in Tucson. But it means when we shut the engine off, like while we're shopping, it basically heats back up again. And it's a lot of stress on the battery of the vehicle. So a lot of times we'll just throw a Jackery in here and it'll just keep it on the whole time. It keeps it nice and cold. So let's do a test. We'll plug it in. And then you can see this guy turned on here. So it looks like it's using about 50 to 60 watts, which means you could run this for a very long time. You would have no trouble doing multiple runs into town and back, or if you had longer trips, it should keep it charged up the whole time. And then when you're done with it, you just unplug it, you grab it by the handle, and you go take it back inside. You can recharge it for another use. This size is just super portable and easy to move around and use in different applications. Not bad for such a little power station. Having multiple AC plugs and DC ports makes such a big difference. I can plug cables directly in without digging out a power box, and since it's pulling directly off the battery, there's no power inversion, which makes the high-power DC ports charge fast, but are super efficient. The 1000 version 2 is super quiet too. I don't think I've ever heard the fans kick on unless I've got solar panels connected to it. Speaking of charging, it charges really fast. You can do an emergency charge via standard AC outlet from 0 to 100 in just 1 hour. If you have 2 of the Jackery Solar Saga 200 watt panels, you can charge in about 4 hours. Or if you're driving cross country, you can buy the car charging cable and charge it in about 12 hours, but please only do this when your engine is on. The high quality LFP battery cells are rated for 4,000 cycles, which means they should have 70% of their capacity after 10 years. And they come equipped with Charge Shield 2.0, which includes 62 protection mechanisms, 12 forms of BMS protections, and 4 forms of physical protection. What does that mean? Simply, Jackery spent a lot of time engineering their power stations to be as safe as possible. The BMS, or battery management system, is constantly monitoring all the cells to make sure they're temperature and voltage stable. It uses smart algorithms to charge and discharge safely, prolonging battery life and protecting the devices that you actually plug into it. If you buy one of Jackery's power stations via their official website, you can even extend the 3-year warranty up to 5 years just by registering it. Extra peace of mind. And of course, the housing is rugged and able to stand dusty or damp environments. Another way you can use the Jackery 1000 version 2 is as a UPS, or uninterrupted power supply. What that means is if this unit is plugged in, so I have the cord right here. This is how you charge it, by the way. Well, one of the ways to charge it. So if you have this plugged in, and then you plug like a deep freeze or a fridge right into the front of it, and your main power goes out, what it'll do is it'll immediately switch over and power the freezer from these ports and the battery that's inside it. Just super quick, which means if you have like an internet router or a Wi-Fi mesh system plugged into it, or even a computer, maybe with a hard drive attached, it's fast enough to where it doesn't make those things reboot or blip out or cause damage to them, which is super helpful. This fridge is pretty efficient. I had to wait a while, but it looks like it's using about 40 watts. Jackery says that the Solar Generator 1000 will keep a small 200 watt fridge going for about 12 hours. And you know, most fridges are going to kick on, they're going to kick off, especially if they're efficient like this one. When I plugged it in, it went up to 200 watts and then it immediately went back down to 0 for like 10 minutes until it kicked back on here a minute ago. So yeah, I think this is a really good size for like a regular fridge, a deep freeze. It would keep them running for a good amount of time if your power went out. As you can see, the Solar Generator 1000 version 2 also works great as a mini essential home backup device, protecting small and sensitive electronics. Our 1000 is permanently installed in our solar shed, connected to our computers, internet routers, and Wi-Fi mesh system. This way, if our large solar system ever goes out or needs to be worked on, we can continue to get critical work done and stay connected. The Jackery app lets us easily see battery state of charge, real-time input and output, even change how we want to charge it or turn it on and off remotely if it's connected to the internet. So there you have it, our review of the Jackery Solar Generator 1000 version 2. It's a great tool in your arsenal, especially if you love adventuring over the weekend or you need a reliable, uninterrupted power supply for small critical devices. Right now, during the Black Friday sale, you can save up to 65%. These are the lowest prices of 2025. Seriously, if you're in the market for any kind of Jackery power station, this is the time of year to get one. Just use the link in our description and choose the perfect solar generator for you. Thanks again, Jackery, for sponsoring this video, and we'll see you in the next one.